One. God bless. Bless up. We don't bless down. I thought I'd put on a nice little linen shirt for you today. High frequencies, high vibrations. You should look at the vibration of linen in a scientific manner, not in a metaphysical sense, you know? Healing properties. Beneath it, I've got an organic cotton t-shirt. Once again, healing. We don't necessarily want to wear microplastics. I've got a message for you today. The message is here. Bada bing, the Page of Cups, okay? Representing emotion, representing youth, representing innocence to a specific degree. That degree is up for your understanding, alright? I want you to take a moment and look inside, and I want you to acknowledge, pedestalize momentarily, elevate, and show a degree of adoration for the inner child that still lives within you, okay? That still exists. There's particular trigger points when people will engage with you and you will react in a way that some would consider childish. That's an unresolved situation from your childhood that is manifest through that particular time. As we know, the cups represent emotion, okay, represents the element of water, okay, represents a feminine principle, all right? One of the feminine, what would you call it? One of the feminine symbols, for lack of better terms, yeah? Hey, don't blame me, yeah? I'm just the messenger, yeah? I'm not the message, all right? Do you know, let me tell you one thing, is when you put faith in God, you sign a contract with God, and that contract is, as long as I have the utmost faith and belief that everything has purpose in your realm and a reason and a lesson to learn from, my contract with that which is the all is that I can blame it for whatever. Do you know? I have faith, I know there's purpose. If I slur and burr and slip up from time to time, you best believe it's not my fault, alright? It's the way the universe is, alright? Is that not a beautiful thing? Look inside of you. And I'm going to associate this with another card because there's going to be a phenomenal message coming up. As for what that message is, who knows? We're only going to find out in a second, but we've told you to have a look at that inner child that does reside within you, okay? It may come through destructive patterns. It may come through a joy in particular circumstances and instances that you don't really understand why until now, because everything's starting to make sense when you're starting to have an alternate perspective listening to this message, and you think, you know what? Isn't that adorable? Isn't that great? I am but the child I once was. I'm just older. We are no different. It is a spectrum. We just end up getting a little bit older. We end up growing up, physically speaking, but we still share the same memories, the same characteristics, the same hard wiring, and the plasticity of our youth, the creativity of our youth is something that we would adore to exist within once again. In this boundaried, responsible state of being an adult. Here's the message that goes across alongside that. The lovers, isn't that beautiful? Do you remember your first love? The inner child inside you does. Do you remember how that made you feel? Remember the emotional value that colored your world, a vibrant, phenomenal state of affairs. Wholeheartedly, we've got the sun gleaming at the top, the Son of God, the light of the world, okay? What number is the card? The card is number VI. What's that? That's 6, all right? We're moving to the latter end of the numerical spectrum as we start to move on forward past the halfway point, as we start to learn about ourselves, as we start to create a new beginning in finding ourselves in a state and a manner we never did before. We start to perceive ourselves, we start to uncoil problems we have in our life up here that are rooted down here, and we relieve ourselves as such, and in so our inner child screams with joy. And what we find is that brilliant, vivid expression of love and positive vibration and emotion that we once felt that we've now become hardened to. We don't feel the same way in our relationships, in our couples, in our love at first sight, in our crushes, in our engagements, because we've solidified, because the trials and tribulations of adult life has hardened us and given us this, albeit effective and efficient, tough skin to protect us. It stops us from experiencing the real world. We can feel it just for a moment now. This is a safe space. This is the message that's being given. I want you to interpret it. I can't tell you what you're thinking of, what you're experiencing, but I've got an affirmation for you to allow yourself to open up to the experience of the world through the five senses. Hey, maybe you can even open up a sixth or a seventh or an eighth if you're fortunate. Leave a comment down below and say, I will experience life. You feedback and the world will feed back to you. One love. Thank you.